Hello everyone, my name is Connor Haynes and I'll be doing my tech talk on GitHub Copilot. So what is Copilot? It's an AI pair programming extension developed by GitHub. As we've learned in class, pair programming involves having two developers work together on one feature at a time to improve efficiency. The idea of this tool is to replace the need for a human programmer by allowing a developer to pair program alongside an AI. This sounds like a great idea, but AI is complex and involves a lot of data and machine learning. That's where GitHub comes in. Copilot is trained on billions of lines of code from public GitHub repositories. It's based on an OpenAI codex, which is a version of GPT-3, the famous human language interpretation deep learning model. Copilot is a paid service with many pros and cons. Is it worth it? Let's find out. First, let's take a look at what Copilot is used for. One of its primary features is its ability to generate and recommend code based on comments typed out in human language. It can also scrape info from the web, like details from Wikipedia about a popular celebrity. It can even implement popular libraries and APIs. For example, you can tell it you want to post a tweet or pull Amazon sales data. There's also an additional add-on extension called Copilot Labs. Labs can translate code between programming languages and describe code in human language. Let's take a look at an example of what I'm talking about. Here's a demo where someone's leaving a comment for Copilot saying parse the list of expenses and return the list of triples. Ignore the lines with a hashtag, parse the data using date time, and it gives an example of how it wants it to look. You can see that Copilot then generates a recommended block of code, and they can choose to use that or not. From then on, they can go and modify the code as they like, but it can save a lot of time. So, is Copilot effective? That's a big question that has deep implications for the entire product, given that its goal is to help develop better code faster. Copilot has increased developer speed by as much as 55% in some cases, which is very impressive. However, it doesn't come without its downsides. Software developers have reported varying levels of effectiveness in multiple cases. For example, it will often recommend inaccurate data scraped from the web. It was also found to recommend code with security vulnerabilities up to 40% of the time in a study conducted by New York University. These issues are very significant and obviously cannot be ignored. Let's take a look at some of the many non-technical challenges that GitHub Copilot faces. One of the main issues surrounding Copilot is the fact that it's trained with GitHub repositories. While they are public GitHub repositories, this still raises concerns about intellectual property and personal information. GitHub users have to place a lot of trust in the machine learning engineers to deal with their data correctly and appropriately. There have even been early signs of class action lawsuits forming. There are also concerns in the software development community regarding the degradation of programming skills. Copilot has the potential to hinder the fundamental learn by doing approach for new developers that we all know, by enabling them to have Copilot do the hard work for them like research and trial and error. This could also cause problems for supporting Copilot-generated code in the future, given that developers might have a less intimate knowledge of its inner workings. Unsurprisingly, GitHub Copilot is not the first AI pair programming assistant. There are a handful of alternative services, with more and more becoming available as artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques advance. Some of its main competitors include Code Whisperer by Amazon, IntelliCode by Microsoft, and K-Explorer by Morphous Tech. Of course, it's important to note that Copilot has a big advantage having easy access to billions of lines of code on GitHub, which is probably why they decided to make this product in the first place. Some of these alternatives are even free or have free versions. And although it was free for a while, Copilot has a cost of $10 per month or $100 per year. While requiring payment is a barrier to entry, these costs are relatively small compared to many software licenses and could be justified, especially if employers are willing to eat the cost. Copilot has a lot of benefits. It also has a lot to improve on, so whether it's worth getting is up to you. Thanks for watching my tech talk. That's everything I have to say about GitHub Copilot. If you want to learn more, I've included some references about the overview of GitHub Copilot, technical and legal concerns, and its competitors. Thanks.